Hello and welcome to the Asterisk install tutorial. In this video I'll show you how to install Asterisk 11 on CentOS 6. This video coincides with a blog post on blogs.digium.com. You can find the link in the description section of this video. All of the commands will be typed out there for you to copy and paste. If you run into trouble, feel free to post a comment on the blog asking for help, or just post a comment to let us know what you think of the tutorial. The exact version numbers are on the screen. I'll be using the brand new Asterisk 11 0.0 and installing on CentOS or CentOS 6.3. I'll be using the 64-bit version, but I'll also show the commands for the 32-bit version. Additionally, this tutorial should work with little or no modification if you are running Fedora or Red Hat Enterprise Linux, as they are all using the Yum package manager. In addition to Asterisk, I'll be installing DAHDI 2.6.1 and Libpri 1.4.13. DAHDI and Libpri are needed when you want to connect a PRI into Asterisk using a Digium T1E1 telephony hardware card. Now, even if you have a VoIP-only system, it's still alright to go ahead and install these packages, as they have a small footprint and then they'll be available if you choose to install a hardware card later on. Let's get to it. Here I am on the CentOS shell, and the first thing I'll do is change over to the root user using the sudo su command. You want to be careful when logged in as the root user because you have unbridled access to the system. If you issue a wrong command, you can definitely cause some trouble. The commands in this tutorial will also work when logged in as a non-root user. You will simply need to prepend sudo to each command. Next, make sure the system is up to date using the yum update-y command. The -y basically says accept all of the updates or say yes to everything. Feel free to watch the screen output or skip ahead to the next section. Depending on the system, this command can take a while. Now, when you update the system, you typically don't need to reboot. However, if the kernel is updated, you will need to reboot for the change to take effect. If you are unsure, it's safe to reboot anyway. There is one other change that requires a reboot, which is disabling SE Linux. So, to save ourselves from multiple reboots, we'll do that now. This can be done by editing the etc SE Linux config file and changing enforcing to disabled. Optionally, you can use the sed command to write these changes to the file. Then, reboot the system with the reboot command. When the system comes back up, you'll want to resolve any dependencies. The command I'm using here will resolve the basic dependencies needed to install Asterisk, DAHDI, and Libpri. For more information regarding Asterisk install dependencies, check out the wiki at wiki.asterisk.org. Now I'll download the tarballs that contain the source code from downloads.asterisk.org using the wget command. First, I'll change to the user source directory. This is a common place to store source code on a Linux system. Then I'll paste in the commands, which will get the current release of DAHDI, Libpri, and Asterisk 11. I can see the files have been downloaded by running ls. In order to extract the files from the tarball, use the tar command with the arguments zxvf, and then the package name. Here, I'm using an asterisk, and that means the file that begins with the explicit characters I've specified and has any ending. So it's a bit of a shortcut. You could also use the tab key to tab complete the file name. I can then run ls to see the files have been extracted into the directories named based on the version. Now I'll compile the source code I just uncompressed. The order of installation is important. DAHDI needs to be installed first, then Libpri with asterisk last. So I'll change directories into the DAHDI directory I just created. Then I'll run make. This will build the program. Then make install, which will install the program I just built. Additionally, I'll run make config. The make config command will install a startup script into the etc init.d directory, causing DAHDI to start whenever the script is called, for example, when the system boots. Now I'll change into the libpri directory, and then run make and make install. Finally, I'll change into the Asterisk directory. Here, there are several commands to run. On the blog, I've concatenated all the commands together on one line to give you one easy line to copy and paste. For the sake of beginners, in this video, I'll run the commands separately so that you can see the output generated. If you are new to installing Asterisk, then it is a good idea to run them one at a time so that you can see any errors that are generated and resolve any problems before moving on to the next command. First, the make file must be built for Asterisk by running the configure script. This script will also check for some dependencies to be resolved, so if the command doesn't finish, you may need to install some additional packages with the Yum package manager. Note that Asterisk 11 makes use of a new shared library, libSSL. This helps to ensure that various security functions are called only once from within a single process. The caveat here is that for Red Hat-based systems, the library will live in a different directory depending on if you are using a 32-bit or 64-bit system. For 32-bit systems, the libSSL.so module will live in user_lib. This is the default directory, so if you are on a 32-bit system, you can simply run /configure and libSSL will be put in the right place. However, the library directory for 64-bit Red Hat-based systems is userlib64. So, you'll need to pass an additional parameter to the configure script. You can find out which system you are on by running uname-a. If you see a x86-64, then it's a 64-bit system. Additionally, you can run ls-d user_lib**. This will list all of the directories that begin with user_lib. If you see userlib64, then that's where you'll need to put the libSSL.so module. You can do so by running /configure, then adding --libdir equals userlib64. This will set the variable within the script and ensure that your library modules are put in the right place. I'm on a 64-bit system, so I'll run this command now. Once the configure script has run, you can optionally run make menu select. This will allow you to select which modules you'd like to build, set compile flags, and select some other optional components. You can learn more about menu select on wiki.asterisk.org. For now, I'll save and exit to continue the installation. Now I'm ready to build the program by running make. and then install with make install. Just a note that if you ran into any problems and need to reinstall, you will want to run make clean and make dist clean before going through the compile process again. Now that Asterisk is built, I'll run make samples. This is going to copy the sample.conf files from the config subdirectory of the Asterisk source into the etc asterisk directory. This is good for a new system so that the sample configs are readily available. Note that you do not want to run make samples on a system where you already have configuration in etc asterisk. You run the risk of overwriting your configuration. Also note that the sample files are just that. They're intended to show sample configuration and are not intended for production use. In particular, do not use the sample sip.conf or extensions.conf files on a production system. Whenever you use any of the sample.conf files, you should be aware of the parameters that are set and the potential security implications. Finally, running make config for Asterisk is going to install a startup script into etc init.d just like it did for DAHDI. Now that the installation is complete, I'll verify the installation. Just like DAHDI should be installed prior to Asterisk, it should also be started before Asterisk. I'll run service DAHDI start, which will execute the etc init.d script on a Red Hat-based system. Then I'll start Asterisk with the Asterisk script service asterisk start. Now I should be able to connect to the Asterisk CLI with *-rvvv. If you've been following the tutorial closely, you should now have Asterisk 11 installed on CentOS 6 and be placed on the Asterisk CLI. Congratulations! Thanks for watching the video, and please drop a comment on the blog to let me know what you thought.